if you'd like.
Okay, I'll continue
But I
my
acknowledge
question,
I
but
could
yeah.
have been more precise.
So, from my understanding from reading the bill, is that there are two separate streams. So, like the green energy reform comes from corporate taxation, and the decrease in medical research that you're talking about comes from lowering prescription drug prices, which in turn could lower the amount of medical research. But it's projected that in 30 years we could see a 1% decrease in that. And just to add a final point to my question, you seemed very bothered about how this would disrupt medical research, but I haven't heard you speak out yet about all the funding and the money that Trump has withheld from multiple institutions that do medical research. So I just like.
It's a great question. What's your name?
Shay.
Shay, thank you. That's a great question. Yeah. Very policy specific. I'm gonna do my best to answer without boring the crowd. So number one, I'm a big believer in private incentives and a reduction of public funding. So if someone were to come up, let's just take a drug, and I'm very anti-pharmacological agents most of the time, but a drug that is objectively really good for humanity is a statin, okay? Like statins are really, really good. They lower your cholesterol. I would prefer you lower your cholesterol in other ways. Cholesterol isn't also the killer people think it is, but there is a correlation sometimes with high LDL levels and heart attacks. We can agree with that.
Yes.
If someone was to create the statin and all of a sudden there was not a profit motive for them to be able to sell that product, then why invest all that money in the research and the development? So that's where I come from on this, is that if we are to find drug breakthroughs, then the people that are investing that money need to have an incentive to do so. And that is one of the reasons why America has led the way in some of the most exciting drug advancements of the last 20 or 30 years. Public funding does not always have that same sort of incentive structure. Now, to strongman my own argument against me, some of the greatest medical advancements have come through public funding, but not all of them. And so it's a mixture. So what the Biden pill penalty did, part of the Inflation Reduction Act, is it would have severely jeopardized the patent window, basically, that a successful drug would have had, basically de-incentivizing future investment in drug breakthroughs that could have helped a lot of people.
Yeah, so I completely understand.
Does that make sense?
So I completely understand when you're talking about incentives and how if the incentive is lower, that we're not going to see as much production of new drugs. But we've seen like policies like this go into effect in multiple other countries that have much better healthcare and better research than us. You see this in Switzerland, you see this in Germany and Norway. Much of the Scandinavian countries that have very fortified healthcare systems have already adjusted to this.
You are right that they have lower costs, but do they have this robust innovation? No. Now Germany does. Germany has a very good drug industry. So that would be an exception. To grant you a point, Germany has some of the best drug companies, I think Bayer is not that great company. But anyway, the point being, they're very innovative.
Yeah.